What's up, guys? Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in and checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live. I'm so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see you all this morning and so glad to have you here. I appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with me on this Wednesday morning. Celia, what's up, buddy? It's nice to see you on Facebook this morning. I appreciate you. Kim, great morning to you. Shirley, good morning to you. Jackie, what's going on, girl? Alex, I see you. Good morning. Mia, good morning to you. Maria, good morning to you. Brian, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate all you guys. You're all amazing. I'm going to got a quick broadcast for you today. I'm imagining it's going to go quick, but you know how I like to talk. So it may not go quick, but we're going to shoot for quick. I'm going to give you two tips today, two quick tips, two magic ingredients that I believe will completely shift your ability to attract paying clients online. Celia, I see you, buddy. Good morning. Thanks for switching over here. No worries. Appreciate you. So, I think as a marketer, yesterday I hooked you guys up with a great broadcast. It was a great broadcast. What did I talk about yesterday? I got to remember. I gave you 5 tips. I remember that. Five reasons yesterday why you may be struggling to generate cash as a business owner online. Awesome broadcast. If you missed that one, I would love for you to check that out. I do a lot of broadcasts on pricing strategy, marketing strategy. That's one of my best ever. Excellent broadcast yesterday. I'm not just tooting my own horn. That was a good broadcast. So if you missed yesterday's broadcast, highly encourage you to check that out because it was a good one. So something that I picked up on yesterday a little bit kind of inspired me to talk about this today because one of the things that I see a lot of my people, a lot of business owners, a lot of the coaches, a lot of the entrepreneurs, startups that I talk to and work with all the time is I see people grabbing and trying to utilize lots of different advice from lots of different people. And that's cool. I mean, because there's so many smart people in this world. There's so many people that are just dumping value on the world, and you can take those things and use them. The problem is, this is the problem that I see. The problem that I see is there's a lot of people that have really done well in their businesses, influencer status. They got huge followings, big audiences. They've achieved a high level of success. And so they come out and they share tips and advice that, I don't know, I look at it as it may be tips and advice based upon what worked for them years ago. But I'm sorry, what worked for them years ago doesn't work today. Okay, because today's different than 5 years ago. What I was doing 5 years ago doesn't work today. All right. The other aspect of it that I see even more so glaringly is that a lot of these influencers are teaching strategy and principle based upon where they are, not based upon where you are. For example, I've seen someone recently go, and I see all your faces, y'all. Thanks so much for coming in, all you. I appreciate you guys. I saw someone recently, someone that I followed for years, and I have a high level of respect for them. And they're tremendously successful, huge following, have scaled and grown their business in multiple facets in multiple ways. And this person has a tremendous following. And when they say something, people listen. When they tell you to do something, people follow. And so it's when you have that kind of influence, you got to be so careful about what you say, what you tell people to do. And I saw a post from this person recently where they went on a tangent talking about you absolutely do not do free as a business owner, and that there should be nothing that you're giving away for free, and that if people respect you and want to engage with you, they'll understand your value and they will pay to get your information. And I so wholeheartedly disagree with that. And I'm like, it's easy for you to say that now. You don't do free now because you are where you are. But we are in a market, and we're in a season, we're in a world where people have to have an experience with you before they're going to be ready to pay you. And if you are a brand new business owner, you're just getting started, you have a gift, you have a talent, you have expertise, you're just building a brand and trying to get yourself out there and attract clients, build relationships, get leads, and build a business, you have got to engage with people and share your information and allow people to have that experience with you. And people will not pay for a first experience with you if they don't know who you are. So anyway, I could go on a tangent about this, but it's stuff like that that just drives me crazy, because that kind of advice will rattle people. it will rattle people who are really trying hard, people who are coming out and doing great content and great broadcasts and creating great freemiums and possibly getting ready to do a great free 5-day challenge or creating a great ebook that they want to give out there just to serve their people, or people that are showing up every day with a podcast and giving value and information to build a tribe and build an audience. And they see this post for someone who's influential and they're like, well, you said I can't do free, so I guess I can't give out this freemium. I guess I can't do the podcast the way I have been. I guess I can't do that challenge. And so I guess I'm just going to put a price tag on everything. And that kind of advice will stall people because it's just such bad advice. I just think it's such bad advice. So anyway, that's why I'm talking about this today. I got two things on my mind that I think are so important. And I want to just give you these two things that I think are essential. These things not only work for me where I am now with a very loyal tribe, a very loyal audience of clients. You know, I have a lot of exposure, I have a lot of influence. They work for me now, but they also, more importantly, worked for me when I started. They worked for me when I was where you were, and they continually work. These are basic ground rules of being an online business owner. So that's what I got for you today. We're going to dive right in. I want to sell that up for you. So good morning, Nigel, Cat. See all you, Dr. Sandra. Great morning to you. Appreciate you guys. Get your favorite morning beverage. Cheers and good morning to you. Hang tight. Let me introduce myself. I'll be right back with you. Hold on. All right, y'all. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your ideas into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. I don't tell you stupid stuff. I don't give you stupid ideas. I give you stuff that works, that's real. I speak straight to you. I'm a no fluff, no sparkle business coach that's going to hit you right between your eyes every single day. My mission is always to tell you what you need to hear, not always what you want to hear. And I also do not waste my time, and I choose not to waste yours. So we're going to dive right up into this today. Somebody give me an amen if you agree with all of what I just said. Amen in the chat stream. Cheers and good morning to you. My coffee is hot, warm, and chocolatey today, so I am in an exceptionally delightful mood. Not that I'm ever not in an exceptionally delightful mood when I broadcast, but I'm just excited that you're all here, and I appreciate your time and attention, and I'm going to be a good steward of it. Good morning, Rebecca. Thanks for coming in, buddy. So let's talk about these two things, shall we? Two magic ingredients that will completely shift your ability to attract paying clients online. The first one that I want to talk about, magic ingredient number one, is a focus freemium. Now, I've talked a lot about freemiums lately. So I'm not going to go real deep into a freemium. I did a broadcast. It might have been a week or two ago, but I completely unpacked freemium strategy. So if you're trying to figure out freemiums, go watch that broadcast. Get into my replays. Go watch that broadcast if you're trying to figure out freemium strategy. I'm not going to go into freemium strategy so much today, but one of the things that I brought up yesterday is we were talking about the importance of the language you use in your marketing. And I was sharing with you that one of the biggest mistakes that I see people making in their marketing language boils down to content titles. Paul, I see that you said there's a huge echo. Is there echo? Is there a bad echo in my audio? Is my audio sound okay, y'all? Give me a all good in the chat stream if I sound okay. I don't know why there would be an echo. Testing. Everybody sound okay? Am I good? All good. Okay, we're good. Maybe reset your broadcast, Paul. Come back into it, man. You don't hear an echo? Okay, we're good. So anyway, I talked about one of the biggest mistakes that I see people making with their marketing is titles. Titles are tricky, y'all, right? Those guys that are content marketers, you do live videos or you do podcasts or you're writing blogs or whatever. Titles are tricky, right? And titles are a thing. Titles are something that I see so many people dealing with. So no problem, Paul. So when I see, this, I realize this is something that needs to be talked about. So I'm gonna frame this up for the perspective of a focused freemium, because I think a freemium is so important. But this is the thing. However you are showing up with your free, because again, I want to nail this one as well. A freemium is not a thing. A freemium is a process. Would somebody put that in the chat stream for me, please? Because write that down if you're taking notes. A freemium is not a thing. A freemium is not an ebook. A freemium is not a challenge. A freemium is not a webinar. A freemium is not whatever. A freemium is not one of those things. It's all of those things. Any of those things. A freemium is a process. Immediately when people hear people talking about, they hear marketers or whoever saying you got to have a great freemium, or you got to have that strategic freemium or whatever, and they're like, all right, I need to go out and write an ebook because I got to have that download available for free. I mean, you can write an ebook, but it doesn't have to be an ebook. A freemium is a process. A freemium is something where you give something away for free in exchange for something else. So, for example, what I'm doing right now on this live broadcast is a freemium strategy. I am giving you free, valuable, helpful information in exchange for your time and attention and the opportunity to build a relationship with you. That's my mission today. That's it. I'm not selling you nothing. I'm not trying to get you on my website. I'm not trying to get you to download something, to join something. My mission today is to build relationship with you. My mission is also positioning today. So every single time that we'll say today's topic is on the theme of social media marketing strategy. So every single time that I share content on the topic of social media marketing strategy, and I share things like what I'm going to give you today, 2 secrets or 2 magic ingredients that are going to help you completely shift your ability to attract paying clients online, I am positioning myself in your mind as the go-to guy for social media marketing. So at whatever point in your life, if you decide that you want to invest in someone to help you be better at your marketing, I hopefully am the first person that comes to your mind. Why? Because I have been helpful with this information in the past. I'm going to give you this one. Write this down if you're taking notes. The service provider that best demonstrates that they understand their prospect's problem and can provide a valuable solution is usually the one that gets the business. I'm going to say it again. The service provider that best demonstrates that they understand their prospect's problem and can provide a valuable solution is usually the one that gets the business. When people are ready to make an investment in someone to get help in a very specific area of their life, they will almost always go back to someone who has been helpful to them in the past. Y'all agree with that? Put agree in the chat room if you agree with that. If you are ready to make an investment in someone, let's just shoot straight for a second. If you were ready to make it, let's say you're not. No, I have a lot of people that are here that are my clients. All right, let's say you're not. Let's say you've never made an investment in me before, and let's say you're ready to build a brand online. You want to really get good at social media marketing. You want to learn how to create a website that's going to attract paying clients and generate revenue for you while you're sleeping. And you really want to learn how to create a business that will scale online. Would you rather invest money in me, or would you rather invest money in someone who has a nice marketing plan, a nice scheme that you found on Google, but you have no idea who they are? If you had 2 options, I would imagine it'd be me. Why? Because you know me. Why do you know me? Because I show up every single day, because I've been helpful for you, because I've given you ideas after ideas and value and just building relationships with you and giving you everything that I think that you could possibly need to be successful. People will go back to someone who has been helpful to them in the past. So put yourself in that position and be that source. This is why I talk so much about content, how important content is. Content is not just to generate leads. My mission today is not to generate leads. I'm not trying to generate leads. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to get you on my website. I'm not trying to sell you anything. What my mission today, again, going back to what a freemium strategy, my freemium strategy today is I am giving you helpful, valuable information in exchange for establishing a position in your mind and the opportunity to build a relationship with you. My mission is to build trust and respect and rapport with you. Because I know that if I do that work now, if I build trust and respect and rapport with you, and if you're constantly consuming my valuable information, and if you're taking what I'm giving you and you're applying it and realizing that, wow, this actually works and it will actually get me results, then the minute you have the opportunity to invest, you've got finances set aside to build a business or invest in help or to hire a coach. When hopefully I'm the first person that comes across your mind. Why? Because I put myself there by this freemium strategy. Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat stream if that makes sense. It's very important to understand this. So going back to magic ingredient number one, the focused freemium is your focus, whatever your focus is, needs to show up in your freemium strategy, because whatever your freemium strategy is, that's usually the first introduction that people have with you. That's the first step that they are probably going to take with you. So again, if all of our mission, let's say all of our mission today, I think all of us could probably agree, our mission today is to build a business that attracts clients with ease, pays me well, and allows me to live the life that I want to live. Is that pretty accurate? I mean, I'm not motivated by enormous wealth. I'm not motivated by money. I am tremendously motivated by freedom. Freedom is my core motivator. Freedom in my finances, freedom in my schedule, freedom in my lifestyle, freedom to be able to spend as much time with my kids as I want, as much time with my wife as I want, to take every single weekend off, to take every single holiday off, to take a vacation whenever I want to buy what I want when I want to live a lifestyle that I want to live. That is my driver. Finances are the tool for that. All right? Finances are the tool. Money is the tool. Freedom is the goal. That for me is why I do what I do, how I do it, and how I work, how hard the way I do it. Is because that's my mission. So I know that I need to be investing my time and energy into my freemium strategy, my content strategy, the downloads that I do, the challenges that I do, all those things, because I know if I can position myself in your mind as the go-to person in my field, the subject matter expert of my specialty, I have respect with you, I have rapport with you, I have trust with you, you know me, then people will hire me when they're ready. I'm not a salesman. I don't like selling. I talked about this tremendously yesterday as I'm not a salesman. I asked a question yesterday. How many of y'all enjoy selling? I don't think anybody said yes. Nobody likes, most people, some people do, but most people don't like selling. And I think what is it about selling? I think the thing about selling, the reason why I don't like selling is because I don't like being sold to. Y'all agree with that? Anybody else like that? I don't like being sold to. I feel like whenever I encounter a salesman, like an actual salesman, I feel like they're trying to manipulate me into making a decision that I'm not ready to make. I want to come to that conclusion on my own. I don't want you to convince me that it's time to buy whatever you're selling. Let me come to that conclusion on my own. So I don't like being sold to, because I don't like someone trying to manipulate my decision making. So I don't ever want to give someone else that feeling, especially when I'm looking at the thousands and thousands of dollars that people will invest in me. You need to come to that conclusion on your own that you want to make that investment. I'm not your financial advisor. It's not my job to determine what you can and can't afford and what you would and wouldn't be willing to pay for. It's my job to educate you on where I believe you are, what I believe you can do, what your potential is, and how I would help you get there. My mission is to show you and clarify for you all the ways that I can absolutely serve you to the 100% best of my ability. And that costs this much money. If you want to make that investment in me, that's your choice. But the minute you start trying to coerce and manipulate someone into investing in you, that's when buyer's remorse comes up. And you do not want someone having buyer's remorse after investing in you, because your relationship with that client will be absolute turmoil. It'll be a nightmare. What you want and where I help you get to is when you can position yourself in their mind as the go-to person in your field, so that when they come to the conclusion that they want to hire someone, the first thought that comes across their mind is you. And then they reach out to you and say, I think I want to work with you. I'm ready to invest in you. Awesome. This is what it costs. Great. Send me an invoice. They pay you. And then they're like, thank you so much for the opportunity to work with you. And you just received their money and they're thanking you. That's when you know you've done it right. That's what we're trying to get to. That's what I teach. That's why I'm trying to help you with this process. So back to number one. Again, I know I keep getting off, but I want you to get this stuff, okay? So focus freemium. Your freemium strategy is almost always the first step that people are going to take with you, right? People who don't know you. If you're trying to get to that point where you've positioned yourself and people are reaching out to you, asking how they can pay you, and then thanking you for letting them pay you. If you're trying to get to that point, you've got to have a great freemium strategy, and that's got to be focused. So what do I mean by focus? If the promise of your freebie or freemium is too broad or too big, people are simply not going to believe you. So for example, if you create a freemium that's something along the lines of, three powerful changes that will completely, or let's say 3 powerful steps that will completely change your life. What does that even mean? 3 powerful steps to do what? Like, really? I can get that on an ebook. I can get a free ebook for you, and I'm going to take your 3 steps, and it's going to completely change my life for free. It's not believable. Not only is it not believable, but it's not specific. And I see this. You're like, well, Justin, I wouldn't do that. Well, the thing is, I talked about yesterday. I talked yesterday about the curse of knowledge. The curse of knowledge. The curse of knowledge is when you are super comfortable, super confident with what you do and how you do it. You assume that everybody understands what you do. And you assume that everybody understands your process and what your specialty is. When it really boils down to every single interaction that you have every single day, you might be interacting with people who have no clue who you are and no clue what you do. So if I put out a freemium that says 3 things that will completely change your life, within that book, I might be teaching you 3 amazing things that will completely help you establish and build your brand online and attract paying clients. And it might actually change your life. But if the freemium just says 3 things that'll change your life, 3 things that will change your life if you apply them in the next 30 days. What 3 things? 3 things for what? That's not a focused freemium. All right. Instead, what needs to happen with your freemium is you say something along the lines of, I would change it to 3 secrets that will help you book more clients this week. That's a focused freemium. Now, doesn't that make you want to go? I mean, if I told you guys, just FYI, I did just create this ebook, three secrets that will help you book more clients this week. Go ahead and download it right now. Y'all be going to the link right now. You'd probably be bouncing off this broadcast. Be like, well, thanks, Justin. I'm going to get that thing because I want to learn how to get more clients this week, right? What happens? It's right after your pain point. It goes right after the specific problem that you have and are trying to solve today. But if you come across a freemium that says 3 things that'll completely change your life, you're like, yeah, whatever. I doubt it. I mean, for free? I don't think so. And you keep on scrolling. But 3 secrets that'll help you book more clients this week is like, really? That sounds nice. Shay, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in. That sounds nice. I want to go for that, right? It's focused on one specific problem that your ideal client is actively trying to solve, and it delivers a very clear result. That's what I call a small slice of transformation. I'm not trying to change your entire world. I'm not trying to solve all your problems. I'm trying to help you solve one very specific problem that I know you have and I know you're trying to figure out. Write this down if you're taking notes. Instant gratification plus immediate result equals a focused freemium. All right, we're talking about focused freemiums, the importance of making sure that when you're creating a freemium strategy, you're creating something that's hyper-focused on a very specific thing that a very specific segment of your audience is trying to figure out. Instant gratification plus immediate result equals a focused freemium. All right? And these are people who would be happy to share their email address with you to download that thing. Now, I want to tackle something else real quick. Well, we're talking about a very specific segment of your audience, all right? Let's talk about your target audience for a minute. The target audience conversation. Justin, I've just got beat up by the target audience conversation. The problem is so many people that teach target audience teach it so wrong. Oh man, it's just so wrong. It's just so broad. People are like, you got people out here trying to get you to fill out an avatar sheet. You know, how tall are they? How many kids do they have? What school did they go to? Are they in the burbs or the Bronx or the city or the country? Do they have dogs or cats? What, they got all these things. All these things, what color skin are they? Are they married? Do they have weaves? Do they, it does not matter. You do not need to do all that. All you need to ask yourself is, who do I best serve? Who do I best serve? For me, if you ask me, Justin, who's your target audience? My target audience is I serve goal-driven individuals like Shay Greenwood who have a very specific gifting, that have a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business from it. That's it. Goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business from it. That's it. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what color religion you are. I don't care what area of whatever you grew up in. I don't care where you went to school, how much money you have, if you went to college, if you dropped out. I don't care if you are tall, short, skinny, or fat. I don't care about any of it. If you are a goal-driven individual, you have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and you have a desire to build a business from it, I can serve you, and I can serve you well. That's it. Period. That's it. So answer that question for yourself first. Who do I best serve? And this is a great way to put it too. And sometimes I pitch this to my clients if they're trying to figure this out. I'll say, all right, this is the deal. This is all you have to answer for yourself. You have a signature package, a signature program, your premium service, whatever that is. Imagine you've got that. Maybe it's $5,000, $2,000, $10,000, whatever that is. Maybe you haven't created that, but you have a dream for that signature service. And I call you up today. I said, I have a surprise for you. You ready? Hold on. I got to take a sip of my coffee. I have a surprise for you. I am going to handpick for you 10 people that are going to show up to you today, and they're going to pay you for your signature program. Cash money, ready to go. All right? They're ready to go. And you're like, what, really? Yep. I'm going to go 10 people. What's your premium program? It's this. How much does it cost? Justin, it's $8,000. Awesome. I'm going to go get you 10 people and make you $80,000 today. All you have to do is tell me who you want me to go get. You go tell me exactly who you want me to go find, exactly what type of person you want to work with, and I will go get 10 of those people, and I will hand you 10 ideal clients that will pay you cash money for your signature program. All you need to do is tell me who you want me to go get. If you ask me that question and said, I'm going to go get you 10 clients today, I'm going to say, I want you to find 10 goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business. Go get them. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense to you at all today? I'm not going to be like, well, I want you to go to the city, but then I want you to do a couple in the country, and I prefer them to be at this income level, and it does not matter. Now, that's stage one. Listen, that's stage one of your target audience. All right. Now, you have to recognize that within your target audience, there's also segments in your target audience. All right. So my overall target audience are goal-driven individuals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's who I work with. That's my overall target audience. But I know that there's certain types of people within that target audience. All right. I'm coming back to my point number one here, and we're going to wrap this point up. Okay. Segments. So for example, I might have a stay-at-home mom who's raised her children. They're now getting to their high teens, graduating, becoming adults, doing their own thing. Maybe she was a corporate individual in her younger years, and then she started having kids, and so she left the workplace to raise her family. Now her family is growing beyond the household, and she's becoming an empty nester, and she's still got that drive, that fire in her to be a business owner. And now that she's getting that freedom back in her life and her schedule, she might be ready to build a business. And so I've got that stay-at-home mom that's becoming an empty nester that might be ready to get back into the workplace, start contributing to the household finances, and wants to build a business working from home. She is a goal-driven individual who has a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele and has a desire to build a business from it. That's one avenue. Then maybe I have a single mom. Maybe single mom's working 3 jobs. She's got multiple kids. Her husband left her when she was young, and she's working from home. She's trying to figure out how she can generate some cash from home while still trying to raise a family. I have to speak to her and help her differently than the stay-at-home mom that's becoming an empty nester, because both of those two people have very different lifestyles, very different needs, and very different pain points, right? But they're both in the same demographic, goal-driven individuals, et cetera, et cetera. Now maybe I've got a middle-aged person, man or woman, doesn't matter, or maybe they've worked 30 years in the same job and they realize they hate it, and they're ready to take what they know, use what they've learned, and start their own business at a middle age. And so that's scary for them. They're leaving all that stability behind, but they're ready for some freedom. They're ready to stop working for a $1 raise every single year, and they're sick of the politics that go on in their workplace, and they're ready to have some freedom in their life and start building their own business and their own brand. That is still a goal-driven individual with a gifting that wants to build a business, et cetera, et cetera. Do you see this? So these are all different people, but they all need to be spoken to differently. So when I go back to this number 1, where I talk about a focus freemium, when I create a focus freemium, if I have a freemium strategy, your freemium strategy needs to be very specific. Again, instant gratification plus immediate result equals a focus freemium. When I target someone with a freemium, I know what segment of my audience I want to narrow in on, and I work through my audience in seasons, right? So let's say in the summer season, I know that the moms, whether they're a single mom or a stay-at-home mom, the moms are a little bit busy this time of year, right? Kids are out of school. You got all the things going on, summer vacations, all the stuff. You know, this is not the time to try to engage a mom because there's all these things going on. So that segment of my audience is not, I'm not going after trying to attract those people right now because I just know what they got going on. But maybe this summer season is the time for me to engage the middle-aged person that's working that corporate job, because what's going on with them is that middle-aged person with the corporate job, it's summertime. This is when they wish they had time to take a family vacation. This is when they wish they had more than 2 weeks of vacation time every single year. This is when they wish they didn't have to work every single weekend. This is when they wish that they could have gone out and done something over the 4th of July except being at the office all weekend. This is when they're seeing their boss going out and living the lifestyle that they wish they had, and while they're still sitting there working at that office. This is when those emotions are really rising, that I'm ready to get out of this place. So maybe I target them in this season because this is the type of season that they would want to move on, right? That's who I go after. So in this season, that makes sense for me. And then maybe the moms, maybe I create content or freemiums that attract them or target them in September after the kids have all gone back to school and they got a little bit more freedom back in their life because the kids are gone for most of the day. Right? So this is what I'm talking about. Again, overall, I understand who I best serve, and I can serve any one of those people. But it's good for me to understand the segments of my audience so that I know who I want to specifically target with focused freemium and a focused freemium strategy in the seasons of the year that I go through. Does that make sense? Before I go to number 2, give me a yes if that makes sense. I hope I'm providing some clarity on this, y'all, because the topic of target audience is such a misunderstood, overteached, oversaturated, complicated, confused process. The problem is it's one of the most important aspects of building a business. You have got to understand who you serve, and you got to understand who you connect with. All right? Rebecca says, okay, so I'm confused. Confused is not the word I'm looking for, Rebecca. Rebecca says it can work with lots of people, any woman who wants self-development and self-growth, but that seems too vague. But why do I have to make it so narrow? Any woman who wants self-development and self-growth. You need to go deeper, Rebecca, into the why they want self-development and self-growth. Because you may want someone like if you said, all right, so let's say I'm going to go get you 10 paying clients right now, and you say, Justin, go ahead and find me anyone who wants self-development and self-growth. Be like, all right, I'm going to go get you a college kid, an ambitious college kid who's trying to become a doctor, and they are really working on advancing their skill and personal development so they can become the best doctor they can be. Do you want to work with that kid? Or maybe you've got someone that is 600 pounds and they've decided that their life has gotten to them to this point because they're lazy and undisciplined and that they're still living in their mom's house. And so they want to start working on developing themselves personally so that they can lose the weight and start getting a life back. Do you want to work with the 600-pound person? Maybe you could. But is that who you really want to work with? I don't think so. You need to answer the question for yourself, Rebecca. Who do I actually really want to work with? Do you want to work with this college kid? Do you want to work with someone who's living in their mom's basement and has no money and is trying to develop themselves just to get off the couch and lose some weight? I don't think so. I think you have a specific type of person that you actually want to work with. So what you got to figure out is, who do I actually want to work with? Do you want to work with men and women, or primarily women? Right? Is there like who is that exactly? So the trick with figuring that audience is really just asking yourself, who do you feel most called and qualified to serve? It's like, for me, I could say I'm a business coach. I'm a business coach that helps business owners build businesses. Okay. But what type of businesses do you work with? Do you work with tradesmen that are working off of a magnet on the side of their truck? Do you work with corporations and executives? Do you work with, mom and pop shops on Main Street? Or do you work with startups? I work with startups. Of course I could help any of those people. But who I feel passionate about serving are startup entrepreneurs. And the reason why I'm passionate about serving startup entrepreneurs is because I was a startup entrepreneur. I lost my corporate job, a lifestyle, and a consistency that I thought was going to be my forever. And then I lost my job and realized I'm sick of working for someone else. I'm sick of having a corporation tell me when and how I can and can't be active and present in my children's lives. I'm sick of working every weekend, every holiday, missing birthdays and ball games, and completely missing out on my childhood. So I'm like, I'm starting my own business. And what I do now, who I am now as a business coach for startup entrepreneurs is who I wish I had in my corner when I started my business. That's who I am. That's my motivator. That's my motivator for me. My motivator for me is I want to be the person in your corner that I wish I had in my corner when I first started my business. Because when I first started my business, I didn't have anybody in my corner. I didn't have anybody helping me, guiding me, telling me what to do, what not to do. And I went into a lot of ditches and through a lot of the wrong ways and did a lot of the wrong stuff because I didn't know any better. So a lot of what I do is teaching you things that helping you cross bridges and valleys that I had to crawl through because I didn't have anybody helping me. So whatever that is for you, whoever your audience is, ask yourself, who do you want to serve? Who do you best serve? Who are you most capable and qualified of helping? And it's not everybody. Everyone is not your audience. Okay? Let me go to my second point for today because I got to get you out of here, okay? My second point today, again, I'm giving you 2 magic ingredients that will completely transform your ability to attract paying clients online. We talked about the focus of the freemium, how important that is. We talked about target audience strategy, all that, all right? Magic ingredient number 2 is results. Results. All right, let me share this. Let me tell you it this way. I believe we all understand, without a doubt, I don't think any of us have any inhibitions whatsoever that your work, whatever you do, provides huge value and deep transformation for your audience. Would you agree with that? Like, do you have a firm, sold out belief in what you do? Yes or no? Yes. Me, 100%, 1,000%. I am so confident in my ability to serve you. I have no doubt whatsoever. If you are the person for me, if you are that goal-driven individual, gifting, has an audience, want to build a business, reach out to me. I will change your life. I have no doubt whatsoever. Right? We know. I believe we know that we produce results. We are results producers. But to be successful at attracting clients online, your whole brand needs to be focused on a particular result that you provide. Everything that you do should point to a clear result in a very specific area that you specialize in. For example, my brand is focused on helping startup entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, small business owners who have a very specific gifting, knowledge, or idea, and I help them build a brand that positions you as the go-to expert in your field and attracts ideal clients that will help you grow a profitable and scalable brand. That's what I do. I help you build your brand, build your business. The funny thing is, it's just marketers really struggle with this. You know, I attended right before COVID happened. Cheers and good morning, y'all. Right before COVID came down last year, I attended a large marketing conference. It was pre-COVID, and I had the opportunity to do a lot of networking and engaging with some other entrepreneurs. And when I have the opportunity to engage with other entrepreneurs, one of my favorite questions to ask people when I'm talking to people and getting to know other people is, what do you do? Tell me what you do. And it's like clockwork. One of the most common answers that I get from people when I ask them, what do you do, are statements like, oh, I'm a health coach for essential oils, or I do social media ads and advertising, or you know, so you get the vague aspect. Then you get the other aspect of it where people are trying to be ultra impressive, and you'll have people that'll say something like, I'm a transformational life specialist. Okay. You're a what? I mean, what do you do? And I'm like, great. So almost always, like almost every single time, almost every single time when I answer this question, what do you do? Tell me what you do. I'll get this response that is it just doesn't tell me anything. And so I'm trying to dig in, right? I'm trying to go a little deeper and trying to get them to really tell me what they'll do. And so I'll say, awesome. So that sounds cool. So what exactly is your specialty, or what exactly is your focus? I'm trying to help them tell me what exactly it is that you do. What results do you produce? And the answer that is just hilarious to me, but it comes up so often, if not almost just about every single time I ask this question, is people say to me, oh, I really do a lot of everything. I really do a lot of everything. That sounds great. So you're a transformational life specialist that really does a lot of everything. That makes me want to go straight to your website and book you for an appointment. Like that sounds amazing. Or I'm a health coach for essential oils that really does a lot of everything. Or I do social media ads and advertising, but I really do a lot of everything. Everything is not your specialty, and everyone is not your audience. Listen, again, on this piece, number 2, results. It is very important that you define your focus and clarify your results. And to get here, ask yourself a couple of questions. Here's a couple of questions you can ask yourself, all right? The first question is, why would someone seek out your services? I'm a twisted muscle solution specialist. Oh, no, Nigel. Let's go back to these questions. Why do clients seek out your services? What problem do they want to solve? What problem do they want to solve? All right. Answer that question first. What is their pain point? Because whatever their pain point is what they will pay you to fix, to help with. All right. So question number 1 is, why do clients seek out your services? What problem do they want to solve? Second question is, what success have you had with previous clients? And now listen, even if you've never had anybody actually hire you or pay you before, what success have you had doing what you do for other people, even if those other people have not paid you? And you're like, well, I haven't had well, then you need to test your solutions on somebody. Like if you have never tried your process or theory on a human being before, then you have got to find someone who'll be willing to let you work on them or with them so that you can get a testimonial, and do it for free if you need to. All right. But what success have you had? You've got to clarify that. And the last question is, what is your zone of genius? What is your sweet spot? Yenye says they seek me because they want to get past the trauma and start the journey into healing. Clarify the trauma. What trauma? Head trauma, heart trauma, emotional trauma, spiritual trauma. What kind of trauma? And maybe that's clarified, because there's a variety of different ways of trauma. Trauma could be a young child that lost their parents in a car wreck. That kid's got trauma. But is that who you best serve? Or a woman who got raped at a college party has trauma. Is that who you serve? Specify what type of trauma. Be very clear on exactly what you do. Emotional trauma. Emotional trauma from what? From abuse? From a physical? Maybe they got abused by their husband. Is it maybe it was the parents, right? And it's great. I love it. Just that clarity is important, because again, if Nyenye goes out and does a live broadcast to say 3 secrets that will start the healing process from your trauma, I don't know if that's going to attract the right person, because trauma is broad. But if Nyenye says 3 things you must understand about the trauma you have from your past relationship, the right people will go into that broadcast because it's clear, right? So again, specifically, what do you do? So Nyenye focuses on, let me go back to it. They seek me because they want to get past the trauma and start the journey into healing. She specializes in past relationship. So you just throw that in there. My name is Nyenye Jordan, and I specialize in helping women get past trauma from their past relationships and start the journey to healing and pursuing and finding the partner that God has designed for you. That's a statement. That tells me exactly what you do. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. All right, so this woman helps me get past the trauma of that past relationship. She's going to help me heal from that journey and position me to find the spouse that God has designed for me. That is results-based, driven. That's results-focused. So I can see that this is someone who can help me. But when you just say, I help people get past the trauma so they can start the journey into healing, that doesn't connect me, right? That doesn't connect me to you. But if you just add a few of the right words in there, see how it feels so different? Do y'all see that? It feels so different. Specifically, speak exactly to what they want, what they need, right? So what is your zone of genius? And I don't know this, Nyenye, but I'm guessing you have a heart and a passion for this, probably because you've experienced that trauma yourself. Is that true? Is that accurate? Because I imagine someone like Nyenye doing that. You're probably doing that because you've lived it. You've been there. And that makes you that much more relatable. It makes you that much more powerful in your craft. So going back to these questions that I'm asking you, what is your zone of genius? In other words, what are you a ninja at? What are you so good at that when other people see you do it, they're like, dang, like me at social media marketing, or me at content development or marketing strategy or marketing language. That's just what I'm good at. 1,000%, right? I'm reading your mail. So this is, I'm this is what people pay me for. I'm having a one-on-one coaching session with Nyenye right now. But this is what I do. I'm good at it. And it's a gift that God has given me. It's just in my brain. You tell me what you do, and I'm like, this is how you can refine this. This is how you make yourself engaging. This is how you make yourself magnetic. This is what makes you someone that people are coming after, because they just want to get that information from you. What is your zone of genius? Is very important for you to define your focus. Okay? So, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you on this. I think I got it. I think we're good. So 2 specific things: focus freemium and results-oriented marketing language. Focus freemium, results-oriented marketing language. Make sure that the one result, the core result that you produce, is front and center in every single thing that you do. Unwavering. Don't confuse your message by trying to be a jack of all trades, because if you try to position yourself with your marketing as a jack of all trades, you become a master of none in these people's eyes, and they will not view you as a subject matter expert or the go-to person in those fields. Give me the 3 questions again. Rebecca, you can go back and watch the replay and get the 3 questions, because I can't rip those off again because they're not in my mind anymore. Go back and watch the replay. You can get them. All right. So make sure that one result is front and center, everything you do. Focus and results. Focus and results. Your 2 magic ingredients for succeeding online, and they make all the difference. Again, I'm going to give you 2 assignments. Who do you serve? What is your zone of genius? Who do you serve? Who do you serve? Who do you serve? Who do you serve? What is your zone of genius? What do clients seek out your services for? What do the one you're missing, I think, is why do clients seek out your services? What problem do you solve? I'm going to give you 2 assignments. Assignment number 1, if you did not watch it, is to watch yesterday's broadcast. Yesterday, I gave you 5 reasons why you're broke as a startup entrepreneur. 5 reasons why startup entrepreneurs stay broke and struggle to generate money. Watch that broadcast. Excellent broadcast. And if you go and watch it, give me a hashtag replay, because I want to know that you were there and know that you were watching it. And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, if you want to be teacher's pet, if you want to get an A+ in my class, go back into my replays and find the replay that I did where I talk about freemium strategy. And just because I'm awesome, I'm going to find it for you, and I'm going to tell you what date it was. Hold on a minute. Your channel. Let me find this thing. When did I do this? Yeah, here we go. Top 10 mistakes you're making with your freemiums. I streamed that thing 2 weeks ago. I'm going to share this. Share. Copy link. I'm going to make it so easy on your life. I'm going to post the YouTube link right here. Haps, do you guys see that? Does that come through? It should come through, I think. Maybe. Huh. They think I'm spamming my own broadcast. Here, let me try posting it in. Let me try and see if I can post it in my own broadcast. Am I here? Let me into my own broadcast. Can I go into my own broadcast when I'm... Maybe. Here I am. Am I here? I'm here. I'm watching me. Let's see. Watch this. Did that work? There you go. Copy that link, y'all. That's your 2 assignments. Watch my broadcast from yesterday and watch that link that I just posted in there. That is a link to that video is called Top 10 Mistakes You're Making with Your Freemium and What to Do Instead. Excellent broadcast. Watch them. It'll change your world. My mission is to change your world, y'all. Y'all get that? Change your life, change your world, help you make a ton of money, help you get really, 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 really good and effective at what it is that you do, all right? I'm going to leave you with that for today. That was an hour. See, I thought that was going to be a short broadcast. I still hung out with you an hour, but it was a good hour, right? Did you learn something today? Was that a good one for you? That was a good broadcast. Cheers and good morning to you guys. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much for your time. I know 54 minutes of your time is so valuable. So I appreciate your time. Appreciate your attention this morning. Have a beautiful day. If you got anybody that you think needs this broadcast, feel free to tag them in the chat, share it out, get it out to your people. Have a beautiful day. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent. And I will see you guys all around the web. All right. Take care and God bless y'all.